Hi, and welcome to another edition of Goddammit Hasbro. First thing we're going to look at today is the Cloud Car Pilot. This is the vintage Cloud Car Pilot from Kenner. Came out with the Empire Strikes Back line in 1980, I want to say. Possibly 79, depending on whether they, what time they introduced the toys, I guess. I also brought along the newer Cloud Car Pilot, and the reason I have both of them is because the Cloud Car has the two pods, and I needed a driver for each. Otherwise, I had a Lobot in there. What's that going to do? I mean, you can't, not have your Lobot displayed. Anyway, so I have these two in my Cloud Car piloting it, and they're actually pretty similar figures if you take a look. One thing you'll notice is that they both have the chest emblems on the right-hand side. And then, of course, they've got the little short sleeves over the long sleeves. They've got the gloves that, well, they look like dishwashing gloves, actually. And, the yellow boots with the little details. And, of course, his is a bit rougher than his and, less detailed. And, of course, he's got the standard Kenner 5 points of articulation, whereas he's got the, haven't counted, but I'm guessing 11. He also includes a removable pistol in his holster, and I picked up the vintage one used. I assume he also came with a pistol, but his holster doesn't work. I really like both figures. One of my favorite things about this one, actually, is not in its construction, but rather in the fact that it's obviously been played with. Um, his joints are loose. He's got some rubbed off paint. He's been hasn't been a display piece. He was a loved toy, and I really appreciate that. And that's something I want to look for in other toys that I buy when I buy used. Um, well, secondhand, however you want to call it. The next vintage toy we have to look at is Leia in Disguise. This is from the Empire Strikes Back. No, this is from the Return of the Jedi line. This is a toy that I received, I want to say, Christmas of 1983. And, I don't know, possibly a birthday present. I still have the staff that she comes with. It's downstairs. I did not bring it up because I don't like to have her displayed with it. And the reason for that is because her thumb is at risk of breaking off. It's hard to tell on the camera here, but it is. Her other hand is incapable of holding anything, unfortunately. And unlike her subsequent updates, she does not come with a thermal detonator. Another thing to point out is that this particular Leia has a very girlish face, much like the vintage Leias all seem to do. Next up, we have the Power of the Force version of it. This Leia has a very mannish face, and much like the Leias of her generation, and her helmet is a bit tight. She also comes with the staff, and she has the removable cape that actually does not like to stay on. That's a huge drawback for this figure, especially when you're trying to display it. She also doesn't like to stand very well, but it's hard to show you on here, and I usually have her with a stand of some sort. Another drawback is that her arm is also, her left hand is also pretty much useless. At least they did include a thermal detonator for it, though. That was a nice touch. It's still, I don't know, pretty useless unless you're just recreating that one scene. Finally, we have the original trilogy collection version. I believe that was what it was. Maybe it was Legacy. I don't remember. I don't remember where I picked it up either. This is one of those figures that I just bought on a whim. If you'll notice, she includes a stand that has her name on it, and she also includes the staff and the removable helmet. She actually is able to hold her staff remarkably well, and the helmet actually is not a bad helmet at all. One thing I like is that whereas the other two have their hair's tied back in buns, as you can see here. This one actually has a ponytail off to the side there. And for the first time on a Leia in Disguise figure, the likeness actually looks a bit like Carrie Fisher, which is impressive, I suppose. I mean, it's kind of small and hard to make out on the screen there, but the likeness isn't bad. I can actually see some Carrie Fisher in there, much unlike the prior two. Another little detail is that whereas the Power of the Force one had the removable cape, this one has the cape as a separate piece, but is permanently attached to it. I think that's a good idea. Generally, I have found that when I remove the capes that are not that are supposed to be removable, they don't go on back. Well, yes, capes and belts and that kind of thing. They never go on back as well as they were when they were on in the first place. But you know, there's the whole playability factor and everything as well. Finally, you will notice she does have the open left hand, finally. And she's actually able to pose with her staff in that as well. She can actually has a pretty wide range of movement with her accessories. And she also has on her belt a removable thermal detonator, which fits in a little peg hole in her hand. I'm not going to show it to you because it's a bitch to get in there. Instead, I will just show you my Princess Leia's. This is the most recent one, the Power of the Force, and the vintage one. And of course, the vintage one is still my favorite. If you grew up with the vintage one and you had this particular Leia, then you should know that this helmet was really quite something to chew on. It was better than Bubblicious. It was something. I'm surprised I still have it and hadn't choked on it or anything. But yeah, this has been another edition of Goddammit Hasbro.